What's up YouTube? 8-Bat Andy back again finally with another video, a video that I have been meaning to make for a very long time. It's been the summer and I've just been pissing around doing other things and very much neglecting my channel, which is a shame because as you'll know from the title, I've picked myself up an Iron Maiden from Stern. I've had it quite a while and I've been having a great time with it. I've been playing it a lot, I've just not been I've not done any content for the channel on it, which seems like a waste. So anyway, here we are. So Iron Maiden was released by Stern this year. I was on board from the start, basically. It's a funny one really because I'm not into Iron Maiden like at all, or I wasn't. My girlfriend's really into metal, but she actually doesn't like Maiden. And although she does like one of their tracks, and she tried to get me into it ages ago a little bit. It's called Fear of the Dark. And since playing the pinball, I've actually kind of got into them quite a bit. Yeah, they're cool. They're cool. They got a little bit about them. Kind of like Spinal Tap or something. This kind of like ridiculous 80s like metal, free guitars going. Yeah. Anyway, long story short, I dig Iron Maiden a lot more than I used to. So yeah, when the theme was announced, I sort of turned my nose up a little bit at it. I was like, really, another rock pin? Because Stern churn out metal pins a lot. You've got Metallica and AC/DC and Kiss. And a guy on a forum I know kind of referred to them as dad rock pins. And I was like, yeah, not another dad rock pin. But then I saw the playfield and I was sold immediately. We'll have a look over it in a minute. I'm not going to do a gameplay of it because I just haven't got a decent setup for filming pinball. And I want to get that sorted in the future, but as you'll be able to kind of see maybe in the background, the games room is in a kind of constant state of development. And yeah, I just haven't got around to sorting out a proper pinball filming setup, but at some stage I'm going to start a pinball Twitch channel to stream. Hopefully like on a regular, like maybe on a Friday evening or something. Anyway, so yeah, no gameplay footage, but what I'll do is I'll talk you over the pin and I'll give you like a little tour of it and stuff. I've been through quite a few pins now. I've borrowed various ones and things off friends, and I've got to say, Iron Maiden is my favourite game I think it's my favourite game I've ever played, let alone had in the house. I was massively fond of Tron, and certainly theme-wise, Tron is like much more appealing to me, but yeah, Iron Maiden shoots like an absolute dream. It was designed by this fella called Keith Elwin. I think it's Keith. It's definitely Elwin. Who is like the fucking like Maradona of pinball. Like he's like 7-time world champion or something. Probably less of a cunt than Maradona. But yeah, he designed the game. And it's his first ever game that he's designed. Like he was only a player. So it's really designed with players in mind, I suppose. And yeah, it's a 4-flipper game and it shoots fantastically. I've had a lot of people over playing it, friends and my brothers and stuff. And yeah, everyone seems to have a blast on it. It's a really good game. And it kind of, I was talking to my mate about this yesterday, we were around playing it, and it's a good game for someone that can't really play pinball that well, like someone that's new to it. But it's also got like loads of depth and kind of, there's a lot of shots there for good players, and it really rewards consistently good shooting. To get up in the really higher end of scores, you need to be a really good player, which I'm not. But I put up a half okay score. Well, at least I thought I did, and then I looked on the website I used and some of the other people's scores and shit, and yeah, they're blowing me away. Certainly, my buddy who came down, he's a really good pinball player. Like, he literally knocked my high score off on like his first go, more or less. Anyway, let's have a look over the game, shall we? Yeah, as I say, it's been way too long not making a video, so yeah, my apologies. But hopefully more content coming soon. Definitely more retro gaming stuff. Probably not so much pinball for a while. That'll be more of a streaming thing. But video-wise, yeah, I've got a few bits and bobs coming up. Okay, anyway, let's have a look over the game. Here is Iron Maiden. Let me take a step back. So the artwork is designed by Zombie Yeti, who's the guy who did the Ghostbusters artwork. I'll give you a look at the translate up close. And he's such a cool artist. I really love his work. It's fantastic. I mean, you've got a lot to work with Iron Maiden as well, with what with Eddie and all that kind of stuff, and they kind of play on a lot of like British history and stuff. Yeah, the side art is cool, man. I love it. Fucking awesome. Yeah, so this is the Pro. Obviously, you can get a Premium and an LE. The artwork on the Premium is just superb. You get a little flavour of it on here. I'll show you in a minute. It's this kind of like Egyptian mummy kind of thing. Yeah, the Premium's really beautiful. They're all kind of beautiful, actually. Let's have a look over the playfield. Hopefully I'm holding this camera steady enough. I can't remember if I've got it set to not shake too much. So yeah, playfield from the bottom. You've got your modes along here. And this is like, it collects up your shots to get to another wizard mode. Yeah, and it's a 4-flipper game, which is, I think it's Stern's first four-flipper game. That's hard to say. Yeah, I think it's their first 4-flipper game in a long, long time. So you got this mini one up here, this one here for the inner loop, and apologies for the crap camera work. Yeah, and obviously your 2 main flippers. Metal ramps as well, which is again a bit unusual for Stern. I know Metallica had them, but they tended to go with plastic for pros, but not on this one. This ramp's great, it's a great shot, you got to go through the pops. Not actually as difficult as it appears, it's not the worst. 2 spinners, one down here, and the inner loop up here. I love that shot. It's quite an easy shot. When you really nail it, it comes back around so quickly. This game's fast and furious as well. No toys on this game as such, unless you count the target up the middle ramp. I kind of don't. I think it's a toy. But what this game kind of proved to me really was that toys, although cool, are a kind of a gimmick, and they're not really necessary for a good pinball. So yeah, that's the playfield. As I was saying earlier about the Premium, it's kind of the artwork on that is kind of dominated by this kind of Egyptian theme. It's a stunner. There's a couple of differences between the Premium and the Pro as well. The middle ramp lifts up, and there's a captive ball. I don't know. I've never played the Premium. I've only seen it, but from what I gather, as a whole, you're pretty much safe to go with the Pro. I don't think there's huge differences between the two. Mainly just the artwork. So anyway, I'll talk you through the rules like super quickly. So when you start a game, much like Metallica, you get to choose one of their kind of hit songs. You can switch it in between balls. You've got multiple skill shots from the shooter lane. There's loads. I've never seen so many skill shots in a game. So the main one is just to hit this target off of the. You come out of here and hit this, you get 1,000,000 points. But there's other ones. So if you plunge it onto this flipper, you can hit it straight up the middle. I think for 6 million. I think you can hit one of either the loop or the ramp for 5 million. Or if you can do a little cheeky kind of chip shot across from this shooter lane and come actually down the out lane, there's a hidden super skill shot which is worth 20 million points, which is a lot of points like for early on in the game. Yeah, so you have various different modes here. To start a mode, you have to collect Eddie letters, and you get those by hitting lit shots. Spell Eddie, you can start a mode. You start a mode by hitting the center shot straight up the middle. And the modes are cool, man. There's like Aces High is a really good mode. You have to hit you're shooting down planes. It's a 2-ball multi-ball. You have to hit a shot and then the center ramp. Yeah, and you have to shoot down as many planes as you can. What other mode could I tell you about? Rime of the Ancient Mariner is great. So you kind of you have to shoot an albatross out of the sky on this boat. It's hilarious. And then you have to steer the boat, and you steer it by hitting you have to hit a shot on the left, and you have to kind of work your way across. And if you're too slow, it starts to drift back, and you have to hit the shots again. Yeah, very cool mode. The modes in this game are great. Actually, they're very varied. Like one of my problems with Star Trek, which I owned, was that although it's got loads of modes and loads of depth, they all kind of feel the same. Whereas on this, they're a little bit more varied, I feel. So your power shots as well. This is a great feature of this game, and it kind of means that you're always shooting at something. So it collects every single shot you hit. So say you hit a ramp, it'll count it, and you have to hit so many ramps and so many loops and so many drop targets. And you have to collect them all up to light the power orbits or the power ramps or whatever. Complete all of this, and you get to Cyborg. I think it's called Cyborg Wizard mode, which is a cool mode as well. So yeah, you've got your 2 times and 3 times multipliers here as well, which you can choose to activate as you want with the in lanes. This spinner on the left is a cool shot. It's really satisfying when you hit it, but it's quite difficult to get. Hit this spinner a couple of times and you'll like revive, which saves your out lane balls, so you haven't got to be quite so aggressive with the nudging. Yeah, captive ball at the top to start light and start mummy multi-ball. And the other multi-ball is called Trooper, which is, you can get a lot of points for Trooper. And to get that, you have to light the lock. Oh shit, I just started a game. Yeah, you have to knock down these drop targets. I think we'll do it now. Yeah, we have to knock them down a couple of times. And then you can lock balls in here for Trooper. Lock 3 balls and it starts Trooper automatically. Yeah, so there we go, guys. Super. Yeah, it's getting a bit pissed off. Yeah, super quick tour of Iron Maiden anyway. Let me just turn it down. So yeah. Yeah, so you can, I'll just show you quickly as soon as I've accidentally started a game. Yeah, so you can choose your song at the start. There's some really funny like 80s rock on here. You know what, it's made me actually want to go and see Iron Maiden. Yeah, sorry it's so loud by the way, I got the glass off so I could show you the playfield properly. So yeah guys, there we go anyway. Iron Maiden Pinball, what a badass game. Super pleased to be enjoying it. Really beautiful. And hopefully there'll be a gameplay coming up before too long. Right, there we go guys. Anyway, super quick tour of my Iron Maiden. I had to put something together for YouTube for it. There will be some gameplay coming up, as I say. Yeah, I'll give you a proper idea of how it shoots and sounds. It's got really good voices and really funny call-outs and all that stuff. It's a really good game. Stern have nailed it. Stern come under, they get a lot of stick. Certainly they got a lot for like Guardians of the Galaxy, which actually turns into a really good game. And they've totally knocked it out of the park with this. I know Deadpool's just coming out, George Gomez. I have no idea whether that's good, but I hope they've nailed it again because there's no company like Stern, you know, like people complain a lot about them, but they announce a game, they release it in the space of like months. Yeah, they just, no company can sort of consistently churns out games like they do. I mean, Jersey Jack, as loved as they are, you know, they don't, yeah, they don't get games out as quickly. I mean, when was Pirates announced? And it's only just, is it just landing now? I think so. So yeah, you've got to give Stern their due, and they have absolutely nailed it with Iron Maiden. Alright guys, thanks very much for watching my brief Iron Maiden video. I'll be back soon. Take care of yourselves and give me a like or a comment, all that sort of shit. Cheers guys.